Hello everybody and welcome back to Shamrock Valley. What I've just done is give the cows and the sheep some water. I mentioned this in the previous video. I actually did it in the previous day, but I left the tanker down at the sheep so I could top up the trough today, which is obviously only very early in the morning. It's 6:25, so it's still dark. It's just coming in light, so most of the video, if not all of it, is going to be in perfect sunshine. The good news is today was supposed to be raining, but it turns out the rain was actually in the night time. It finished about 4 AM, so that's really good news. So despite the forecast being raining for the day, it wasn't at all. So yeah, it could have been much worse. So let's put this back over here. I have at least one job to do today, and that is to go over to fin number 12, I think it is, to do, oh no, fin number 9, but yeah, fin number 12 as well, to do the drilling of another crop, most likely either wheat or canola. One of the two. It has to be a winter crop, so winter wheat and oilseed rape. And I don't think there is an issue with planting at the moment, so let's just see here. Nope, that's fine. So we can do any of these three. We could also do barley, that's not a problem. So basically any of those three just there. We can't do it just yet, I don't think, because the ground is a bit wet, so we'll give it some time just to dry out. If you just take a look at this, you can see that everything is really good except for the grass or hay, which could do with topping up. So I think actually we'll do that first of all. I'll grab some hay bales. I do have some over there on the trailer behind us, but actually I'm going to take it from the yard over the road, because that is more for the total mixed ration, so I don't really want to take it out of this yard unnecessarily. I should also have a Euro Truck Simulator 2 video today, hopefully. In fact, it should have already gone out. It should have been this morning, so if you haven't seen it, definitely take a look if you're interested. It's most likely just a time-lapse because I didn't really have the opportunity to do a full video of talking. It doesn't necessarily take longer, but there is more preparation involved. So I just did a full-length time-lapse. Anyway, let's just go and dispense some of these bales just here. That's right. I've just blocked the spawn area. Well done. I think we'll probably only take about 2. And if they need more than 2, it won't be much more. This will be almost right. Okay, that's annoying. Good job we have auto load. Good. And that trailer over there, I do want to just mess around with this a bit, just to see how to open the curtains, because apparently you can do it. So let me just pull forward. As far as I'm aware, you detach it, and then you can do it from the outside. Apparently. I'm just going by what people have said. I found it, and this looks really good. So if I press numpad 8 just here, you can see all of the ratchet straps opening. At least I think they're ratchet straps, I'm not too sure. But the clamps for the curtain, and there we go. It's opened it up. I don't know if you can do it with the trailer attached to the tractor unit. I was told that you can't do, but somebody might be confused. Let's just see. They might be right. Hopefully they are right. I think they are, you know. So thank you to that person. Very good information. And now I can actually load the bales straight into here instead of just doing auto load. I got quite a few people saying they love the trailer. I got some saying they didn't like the trailer. Personally, I think it's amazing. I think it's a really good trailer to have. So it's going to be sticking around here. I don't think you're going to see me getting rid of it. I think it's a really good mod. For today though, we're going to close it up again because we don't need to go back in there. Perfect. I'll just reverse it back here. My plan is also to place another building. In fact, we could do it now since we are here. It is the round bale storage point, and we should probably at some point get the wool storage point too. I don't have it enabled. I do have it installed, but I'd have to leave the game and rejoin. So yeah, I think if we put this about here, we'll have a good gap between the two. We can park the lorry there, for example. And I think they're all for the same type of bale. Just any sort of round bale, I assume. silage bales. Oh no, I'm wrong. Straw and grass. Very good. Okay, finally, let's go back over here and give the sheep the hay bales they require. I'm sure they're desperate for them. But actually, although I'm usually really bad at looking after the animals, so far it's all going well. And even though we did have that occasion where I neglected the water levels, it turns out it didn't actually have any problem at all. No effects, because it must have only just got to the stage where they needed water. So I caught it very early. It could have been devastating, we could have lost a lot of animals, but yep, luckily it didn't happen. So I'm hoping they're going to take both of these. I think they will, although whenever I say that they don't, so we'll just see. Okay, well I'll keep it there, because it will be accepted when it is required. So it shouldn't rot away, I would have thought. We'll see. Anyway, yes, we need to go over to our other field. I'm hoping, despite the icon being there for being wet, it is actually dry enough to do the drilling. It's certainly too wet to do something like combine harvesting, but it isn't even the right season for that anyway, so we'll just give it a go. It should be fine. I'm just going to put this away first of all. We've already got the tractor down there. I think we have enough seed in the hopper. Hopefully we do. If not, we'll just have to come back for some more. It's not an issue. And at some point, it could be today, we need to transfer the silage bales from this yard over here to that top placeable yard, and we'll do all the feed mixing in the top yard because there's much more space and it should just be better because all the bales are there anyway. The main benefit for it is, well, the main benefit of it is to basically clear up space in the sheds for machinery. I don't know why this is open. I noticed this was open before. I must have opened it for whatever reason. Right, to field 9. Here we are. So it is the field with the oilseed radish in it at the moment. It can be drilled. We can drill into it. Because as long as it's showing, as long as it's actually grown, it will act as the green manure. So I want to get this done really quickly. It's actually a fairly big field. So I think I'm going to do this the annoying way. I'm going to do the headlands first and then put it onto GPS, just because it is so much easier to do with the GPS. So if you're one of these perfectionists, I do apologise, but I'm going to do it the annoying way. So yeah, we'll put some canola in, and this can be a good crop next year. Well, we're getting closer to the end, and yep, we've done it in not too much time. It's quite a slow thing, really, I suppose, but yeah, it's not taking too long. It would be nice to have something a little bit bigger, but I can live with it. It does such a thorough job. So, when we finish this, what I'm hoping to do is use that fantastic trailer and hopefully move the silage bales from the main yard over to the placeable yard. I think we should probably try and think of a name for that yard instead of just the placeable yard. I don't know. Please do feel free to post some suggestions down below, and we can probably talk about it in the next episode. If there's a really good name that stands out, we'll use it. So there's a challenge for you. Try and find a good name for it. Honestly though, I have absolutely no idea what it should be called. I don't think there's any sort of distinguishing landmark around there which would give us a name for it. Like if there was a great big red oak tree or something, you could call it the Red Oak Yard, but no, I don't know. I really don't know what it could be called, except for the placeable yard. We'll probably just stick with it, but no, this is a good opportunity for you to give me some suggestions. I'll try and think myself as well, see if I can come up with anything, and when we go back over there very soon, we might try and see if we can think of something in a video. So just the finishing touches, we have had to refill as you've seen. Full tank load. It looks like really it's going to be about a full tank in total to do the entire field. We're on 49% now. It's a bad habit of mine, picking it up too early. Lifting it up too early is very frustrating. At one point I did think we could put it on a worker, but then really it's just going to struggle, I think, in this field. Okay, now for the final piece, just over here. I suppose that's the one really good thing about having the oilseed radish, you can really see where you haven't been. So I can't really get away with missing bits. Okay, right, we'll leave it there. I'm going to go back the top way, it does seem to be faster. How have I still missed that? But I always find that doing the headlands first does leave a neater finish, even though it's probably not the advised way of doing it. Just notice one more piece just here. Might as well do it. And we're done. Okay, so switch off that as well, lift up that one, and we'll turn off GPS, and head back to the yard. We have lots of bale moving to do. I will probably use the auto load feature. I might, if we have enough bales, do the last few with the telehandler and just load them into the side of the trailer. What I really want to do is be able to fill the trailer up and then open the curtain and see all the bales in there. But yes, I believe you can manually load the trailer as well, which is good. I know that some of these auto loading trailers don't allow you to actually manually load if you want to, which can be a bit frustrating. So the ones that do both are the best in my opinion. Now we're going to pack this up, we're probably going to put it in the same shed, but it won't be today because obviously we need to have perfect access to that shed to get all the silage bales out. If it is just a case of reversing the trailer in there, then that's going to be very simple. But the most difficult part of that is actually reversing it into there, since it is a fairly tight yard, and that is a very big trailer. So just the more out of the way this can be, the better. I'll just stick around here for the time being, which is where that is too. There we go. Okay, so over to the MAN lorry. I always enjoy using this, it's just a really nice setup in my opinion. It's probably a bit too big for some of the roads around here, but it's not doing a lot of driving about. It is just to basically move the bales from the fields to the yard. So any distinguishing features over there? I don't think so. The bale storage yard. I don't know. That's probably a bit dull. Okay, it's a good job we've got the shed there, which we can drive forwards into. There is a gold nugget on the roof, but I'm not going to pick it up, since I don't want to cover the mini-map in all the icons. If we get 10 of them, it basically shows you where they all are. Okay, so I'm going to open the site up, just so we can see in there. I don't know if you can use the auto-load feature when it's open. I'm really not too sure. But as you can see, it's a very good load space. Hopefully, it isn't going to pick up all the square bales too. If it does, it's not a big problem, but it would just make it a little bit easier if it doesn't do. Oh no, it won't do, because you've got to choose the load. So, square bales, standard round bales, round bales, round bales. I think ours are 1.3. I'm not too sure what the difference between the standard round bale... Oh, I see. They've renamed the 1.3 to standard. That's a good idea. Very good. Okay, we'll press V. And as you can see, it is auto-loading. That's really good. There's only so much space we can actually have here before I crash through the back wall. So actually, looking at it, we might have to use the telehandler just to persuade them to get into the trailer. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is pull forward. Well, hopefully pull forward. I technically didn't crash there. The collision's just sticking out a bit. And then we'll reverse back into there and just basically push the bales into the trailer. So that's good. That's a very nice auto-load feature. We have the class for this. And then when this is done, the rule is no more bales in these sheds. We have the placeable storage for that. We're not going to be putting them in these main sheds. These are for machines only. The baler shouldn't be in the way. I'm hoping it isn't going to be anyway. And then yeah, we'll just back into there, but make sure we're leaving enough space on the left hand side that we can see here. That should be alright. There we go. I think there is actually more space in there than it looks like. Obviously with it being very tight. I don't really want to auto-load actually onto there. On the pallet forks. Tines. No, wait. Bale spike. I'll get there in the end. Yeah, so I'll switch that off. And just sort of keep putting them over here. I don't know, I might go back to auto load. It seems to be working quite well. I honestly don't know what the capacity is. I don't know if it's going to do a double layer. You'd have thought it would do actually. And the final two, I have just moved out of here just for a bit more light, but yes, it's doing a double layer, so it can take a lot of bales. That is really, really good. I don't know why some people were negative about the trailer. I honestly don't, because I think it's just so handy. I love it. And then we'll just press Z, and it should, when we stop moving, put the final two in. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to move out of the way. So that shed is now almost empty. It does have a few straw bales in, but that is a different type of bale, so we obviously can't put them into this load. Okay, so if I just close these curtains, I'll just pull them across. There it comes. And it puts all the straps up again. And we'll do the same to the other side. And we can go across the road. It almost doesn't seem worth it to go across the road, but we might as well do a job properly. And yeah, I saw some comments as well in the, I don't think it was the previous episode, but 2 episodes ago when I first used the trailer. And they said basically, why on earth would you want a curtain sider for bales? And I don't think it is done that often in real life. However, I'm aware of a number of different companies who do transport bales with curtain siders, so it isn't unrealistic to do that. It is definitely possible. And it does keep the bales dry as well, so that is definitely a benefit. But yeah, most of the time when you see the bales on the road, they don't usually have a cover over them, they are just on a flatbed. But it isn't impossible to put them in curtain-sided trailers. After all, a curtain-sided trailer is really just a flatbed with the curtains and the roof. Okay, so let's just go over here, we'll go into the silage bale section, and we will just unload. Now, I'm not sure if I've actually perfected the unload of this, because we do have to sometimes choose the unload side, which is silage bale. That's grass, that's straw, so it's the end. It looks like the capacity for the silage bales might be the most out of all of them. Yeah, I don't know. Can you choose? Ah, you can. Curtain trailer left. I see. Very good. Then we just press Y. And there we go. Oh wow, it's made like a pyramid. Very neat. That is so much better than just putting them in the shed down there. So can we think of any names? Well, I suppose a lot of trees about, aren't there? Fir tree yard? I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.